How y'all doing? For those who do not know what I do, put on a hat and I try to think. My thinking cap. Cap. I don't like to put a cap on anything. 3, 1, and 16 equals to 20. I like to separate my my A from the rest of the alphabet. The A and the I individualize the A and the I. If you put the R in front of H, if you put the R in front of H, you can have arch or you can have reach. Arch, arash, or you can have arash or arashid, meaning peanut. You can also have what is char if you change it around. Because inside of H, what is the sound of the letters of inside of H? Is it just a letter or is there a sound? How would you say ch, 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 ch? What is dark is not necessarily black. My letters of my initials are RF. Am I a ref? Or can we scramble it and say fear? Or how about reefer? Reefer can be a J. It can also mean 420, THC, CB. It can also mean a doorway or a gateway or a passage to a house. The numeric value for house is 68. 4 times 2, 6. 4 plus 2, 8. To invert what house it is, we know it's the 5-3 house. Why is it the 5-3 house? Here's 2 and 4. The back door is 5 and 3. So if this is the front door, the back door is going to be 15 and 8 equals to 23. To what is 8 and 6 equaling to 14? It's ironic that in numbers, just give me 1 second. Okay, that in numbers, hold on a second. Okay, so over here, let me figure out where I was. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so over here and over here. This one is going to be number 14. This is going to be 23. 16 and 19, 18 and 21. So where does this come from? On 36 numbers on the roulette, right? On 36 numbers on the roulette. Right over here in this design, each one is 36, 36 right here, comes right over here, this area here. That's where the cube goes. That's where the cube goes. So just give me a minute. So that's what this is. So when you crisscross them, you get what is 16 and 21 equals 37, right? You get 19 and 18 equals to 37. And the 2 in the center are 17 and 20 equals to 37. So when you have Q, whoop, I got to take that out, right? here's, whoop, how come it didn't come out? Okay, took that out, 16 and 21. Crisscross and the 17 and 20, they come together for 37 over there. So we have the total of 111. We have the total of 16 and 19, 35. And we have 21 and 18, 39. In the center, we have what is 37. The average is 111. The total for the wheel of 6, 6, and 6. But the center of this is between 18 and 19, the center of the numbers. But if we had to align 333 to 333 on the wheel, you would have to count, I'm just trying to think, 1 over 226 equals to 351. So if you go 1 over 225, it equals to 326. So it's the 7th, it is the G that becomes the center, okay, between the G and the H. Happens to be the 7th and the 8th letter. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 will create that numeric value. So we understand how this works because it's 666. So now let's count. What is the value between 26 and 36? 26 and 27 and 28 and 29 and 30 and 31 and 32 and 33 and 34 and 35 and 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if we add these all up, the average is going to be 28. So 56, 56, 112, 122, and 32. This will be 140. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The average will be 67, 67, 67 is 201. So we have a total of 351. Look at that, the reverse alphabet. 1 through 26 and 26 through 36. So it took 26 numbers, and then from 26 to 36, from 1 through 26 equals to 351, and from 26 to 36 equals to 351. So the total is 702, but the real total is 666. Let me see if I got this right. Let me see. From 1 through 26 is 351. Oh, 41, sorry. I added improper. 341 and 351. So the middle of these two is, you have to go 42 and 50, 43 and 49, 44 and 48, 45 and 47. The 46 one, Zion, Israel, DC, is the middle of those. That's the middle number, meeting these two. So when you add them up, it creates 692. Minus 26 from this. If I take away 26 from this, it'll equal to 6, 6, and 6. So it absolutely works out perfect. Absolutely works out perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do. So if you just showed up here and you're not sure, just say, hey, I didn't see what you just did. You want to brush me up on everything that's going on, and I'll just start over again. I'll be a little bit mixed up where I was at that point, but I will start over again. So what we were going to talk about today is this over here, Rubik's Cube. The dice cube. The face of the calculator or the ATM. Pick one because they're not the same. They're the same, they're not the same. So here's where it's going to go. There's 9, there's 9, there's only 3, and there's no 9. Le place vide, the empty space, I could put a dot here, above, below, to each side. Therefore, there's 9. There are 6, but I can put the 3 in the middle, which shows me over here. So all the sides are 9. Le territoire en total de tous les espaces, c'est 9. 9. Why would they say it? Because in French to English, it would say nous, which means 9. Now 9 equals to numeric value 42. It's all red numbers. The second thing is it happens to be 5, 9, 5, 5 to create it, and it equals to 24 in a short count. If I remove all 3 5s, I only end up with 9. If I remove the repeating ends, it would be 42 minus 14 equals to 28. That's the cycle of the moon, and also equals to the word man, cycle of the moon. So that is the basic of this. We were talking about, if I would put a C in front of an H, would I have caché, means to hide in French? If I put an R in front of H, would it say reach? When I mix it up, would it say fear or reefer? Reefer referring to 420, which is also referring to 80 and bronze. In French, when you say 420, 80, you're saying a bronze cat. The numeric value, 4 times. You're going to have to stop moving my camera. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 is 6 and 8. The reverse of 4 is 3. The reverse of 2, C5, is 2. The void to the 4 and the 2 is 5 and 7. The void to the 5 and 3 is the 4 and 6. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the moon. It also says Heinz. It says Zion. It says Israel. It says 0. It'll be the house of DC. It'll be mathematically 24 and 10 equaling to 34, and it becomes 1 DC, but it's blue DC. When you invert this, the 34 equals to cold. Cold is blue. The 43 is red, and that's Republican and Democrat. Ekrat means the tie. Let me move on to the next piece here. So that is how we come up with all this. We did the division of the alphabet over here where we found the center of G and H. I'd like to check this out again to see if that's possible. I said it was over here. The division of your 36 numbers is R and S. When you realign the alphabet 1 through 36, we would have what is A1, and you would have Z31. So the alphabet would move to over here. This goes along with angels. This goes along with man. The mathematics, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, will create what is 3 and 4. See the way we start 0, 1, 10? So we're starting at the mirror. Let me see what we have here. Split. Hey, Angel Light, how you doing? Split. What do we? Oh, the camera I think is going to go off again. No, it's not. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So we split the alphabet up over here. The alphabet ends up starting at, instead of A1, it's now A6 and Z31. I'm not sure if I said that properly. So the alphabet from A through E is on the outside of the alphabet, right? The A through E is on the outside of the alphabet. And when you get up to number 32 through 36, it's on the outside of the alphabet. So if I had to start numbers over, it'd be 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would connect 32 with 5, 33 with 4, 34 with 3, 30, let me see this, 32, 33, 34, 35 with 2, and 36 with 1. So they would all be 37s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'd be 370 that would come together over here. With 37, okay, the core over here separating 37, right? They're all 37s. So it's 300. How would that be? 37 once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 370. Take away 37 and 37, which happens to be 74, which is energy, which happens to be Jesus. 47 is time. Creates angels with 28 and 11 equaling to 39. The angels in the house of Bait, on the wings of creation, to the cycle of man. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will create that value. Where are we with this? Blah, 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 blah. So yes, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 4 by 30, 120, and 28. Would that be 148 and 148 on each side of what is 74? It's broken up into threes the same way this is broken up into threes. It's all broken up into threes, although you see 6 sides. You spin 2 sides at a time. When you spin 2 sides, you spin 2 sides, right? These two, you spin the center here. You spin the center here. But you spin 8 between 9 and 9, or you spin 9 between 8 and 9, 17. You take the sides or you take the center. So we did that alphabet split. 8, 4 is 12, and 1 is 13. And this one becomes 13, and this one becomes 11. In the center, it becomes 4, 2, 4. The divided house, 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 is 8, and 6, 14. 14 and 14 equals to 28. Cycle of the moon. If you do it all together, or if I multiply it, 4 by 11 is 44, and 15 is 59. The inverted cubes are 59. They create 14, and 14 again is 28. If you multiply, it creates 90. 9 is the birth. 9 is one angle of the house we live. So let me go back to the beginning just to show what the dot does. 1 dot, 8 void. The numeric value for 1 is 34. The numeric value for 8 is 49. So 1 face value is 83 with the 1 spirit of the heavens. When I add it to a single digit down this way, 3 and 4 is 7. 9 and 4 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Then the math, 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 equals to what is 7 and 12 equaling to 19, or AI. AI is where, if you take the cube right here, is AI. It can be the first position, it can be the 9th position. Unless you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, they're teaching us to count this way, but this is only formation. And just note that this formation, the Mayans show me that I must connect this one here with this one here, and this one here with this one here, and this one here with this one here, and this one and this one. 9 and 4, 13. 1 and 6, 7, 7 and 13. 3 and 4, 7, 9 and 4, 13. 1 and 3 is 4. We have now 7 and 4 all over this board. Now, if I replace it with another number, I'll know it goes in the sixth position. The sixth position is played by the film is played by the planet Saturn. And here is Mars. But to get this, my cube tells me the second planet is Venus. So we have separation Venus here and Venus here. Now, if I turn Venus this way, I now put Venus in between what is 2 and 8, the cycle of man. And now Venus to the voided areas is 4 and 6 dots inside 2 and 8, or I can do it this way. 2 times Venus, or 2 times 2 will be 4, and now you create Mars, and that's why I'm calling everything on the outside is part of the Venus project. Now the question is this also Venus? Well, when you go to the deck of cards is showing you, now the deck of cards is not square, it's rectangular, so I'm going to have to assume there's 2 Rubik's Cubes. Now the question is, if there were 2 Rubik's Cubes, is this what it looks like? Or are the 2 Rubik's Cubes give me 1 second. Okay, now are the 2 Rubik's Cubes set up this way? Are the 2 Rubik's Cubes set up this way? Because if I set them up this way, I might be able to do this. Or are the 2 Rubik's Cubes set up this way? And then I would be doing this. In each one of these, there's different angles. Each one of these for different angles. So that's how we have Rubik's Cube. So now, okay, that's the base source. We're going to have to go to a larger source. And this is the what I call the Mars source. And the reason for that is because it's either one complete square here, or you're going to have a dot. If you have a dot, it'll be in the center of this. If you have a square, square will be inside of this. This can also be done like that. That cannot. So what happens? The X gets 4 dots. The only thing this one will get, it'll get a plus sign through it. You cannot make an X sign with this one. You only can cross over it. Otherwise, you're splitting everything up, and Mars gets the star. If I had to do the same star for Earth, what star would I get? What would be the difference in the star? You see, here I can't connect. Here I connect 4 and 9 dots. Over here, when I complete this, it'll be a 9 area square and 16 dots for this area over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And that's going to create these letters. It's going to create those letters. So that now we have this in question. Now, what we can do now with the cube, 1, 2, 3, let me see. 1, 2 is 1, 1, 2 is 2, 1, 2 is 3. So we have 1, 2 is 1, 1, 2 is 2, 1, 2 is 3. Now we're going to come over here. 1, 2 is 1, 1, 2 is 1, 1, 2 is 1. And now we're going to create it this way. Now, when you take a look, you have that singular block right over here. You have the singular block right over here. So now what happens, let me color this in to show you, is that here is an area. I need some color pencils. What happened to my color pencils? Okay. And here is an area. You notice that this area here, whoop, I lost the stream. You notice that the second area here, right? That's why I believe the artwork is very important, so you can actually see what's going on, right? See the way it takes up that area space over here? Takes up the area space right over here. So we have the connections, and they create angles. I don't know what these angles are, but if you notice, there's an empty space there and an empty space here. They're both empty spaces on the outside. Even though we're going to connect everything and show you the cube-like, they still are the face value fabrication of two corners, with whatever they're going to mean, with the X in the center. One of the ways I get this reality is I know sizes. So there's the basic two sizes, and the dartboard tells me about that. The pool table tells me about the 6 pockets. It tells me about the triangle setup of 15. The dart tells me about 20. It tells me I get 5 darts, but I actually play the board the whole way. If I put a dart in every single position, I would get 210 for the first 20. I would get 420 for the double. I would get 630 for the triple. I would get 50 for the red bullseye. I would get 25 for the green. So I already know that my red tells me about 50 and this green tells me about 25. Now, is it 25% of all of this, or is it 25% or 2.5 equaling to earth, or pink earth, if you want to look at it that way? We saw over here what happens when we create this really dark over here. So we can see that in one cube, putting it in this position, I can raise this the position, right, and create a new understanding, the multiple understandings, right? Just give me 1 second. Yeah, okay, so what we're going to get here is in here, we have 6 and 6 in the red. And then over here in row 2, this is row 3. This is row 3. Row 3. I'm not going to give it any numbers. In row 2, right, I'm going to get 3, right? I'm going to get 3 over here inside of this cube. 3, which is combined color in both cubes. And I'm going to get 3 and 6. So I end up with 9 and 3 in one row. And in the top row, I get it all by itself. So here I get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So here is 12. So this is going to tell me about this situation over here. That's the way I'm going to understand that situation. Right, so that's done. I'm hoping this is understood. We did the dartboard. Now, when I add 1 through 20 in darts, it equals to 210. When I add 1 through 15 in the pool table, 15 balls, it equals to 120. The moon diameter is 2160. All zeros equal to 6. One of the reasons is the 15th letter. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. There's another scenario where it works out to 7, and there is no 7 without the 1 dot in the center. So that is the 6. Okay, I'm just doing something here. Just 1 second. So we did this, I did this, we got this. So we have a row of 12. Then we have a row of 6 and 6. And then we have a row of 9 and 3. And this is in the A cube, and this is in the B cube. So this is the A cube. In the B cube, it's the invert of this entire thing. In the B cube, I have 9 and 3. Then I have 6 and 6. And then I have 12. 9 and 3 representing the angel, 66 representing freedom and woman, 93 also representing 31 times 3 equals to 93, or 13 times 3 equal to 39, the angels of Saturn. 3 and 9 is 12, 3 and 9 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 33. The same way as A, B, C equals to what is 6, B, C, D as in 4, 3, 2 equals to 9. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is what is going to create the math equation over here. Yeah, so that's it. Let me see if you have something. I have a page on top of a page that I have to move. Okay, right. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm going to go get a little drink in the kitchen. If you've never been here before and you have a question for me, do not hesitate. AE equals 0. Right. AE equals 0 as 0 equals to 6. Yes, I'm seeing it the same way as you. That inside of that is 2, 3, and 4. Hold on, did I say that right? Inside also what is AE, right? Inside also what is AE is B, C, and D. So you're playing with A, B, C, and you're playing with B, C, D. So this is playing inside the house. A is always connected to B, and E is always connected to D. So we are in the house as B, C. Okay, sorry about that. 37 cubic values, gematria, 27, 37, 37. Right. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so we have this. We did the alphabet shift. We see what happens over here, that these are the end numbers. When you add these up, it becomes 1899. This is what we end up getting, and this is Venus, Jupiter 99. We have the word 13. These are the base words that we use all the time. I don't have to look around. We have Freedom 55 with area space for teen. We have the Sun V. The reverse alphabet of this is exactly what it is. That's one of the reasons I put love with it. The total here is 27, is 22 and 05. 22 is the game we're in. It's about 22. Blackjack is 21, and then you come into the game. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 4, and 4 equals to 8. Area space. I believe that. As for 21 in blackjack, but though there are 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 letters, and then I would have to reset this 21, right? I would have to reset this 21 into 360. So if I reset that 21 into 360, I would move it up. What would I move it up? 7 positions. I would have, let me see if that's right, 8 positions. Let me see what I did. 1 through 26. I moved it up 5 positions, 5 missing. So it's 2.5 positions. So I moved it up. Let me see how many positions. If I move it up 7, that'll be 14. 7.5 positions. So I would begin at 8.5. And then I would go all the way up to 27.5. Let me see if that's right. 7.5 and 7.5. No, 28.5 and 8.5. 7.5 and 7.5 plus 1. Is it 0? I have to think about this. I went from 1 to 8.5. I think this is what it is. And 285 happens to be your Q gate. Anything you multiply here and add will always equal to 8, as it equals to 35, as it equals to 26, and it equals to 17. 88 equals to 17 in this fashion. 8 times 8, 64. 6 and 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 8 plus 8 equals to 16. 16 equals to 1 and 6 is 7. We put these together, we have Q, or we have 1 and 7. 65 and 34 equaling to 99. And that's your Q gate, the numeric value of the word. So to finish off with this scenario that I was working on before, just give me a second here. Okay, so that's what it is. The total areas used between the two, right, that are used together, and this one is only 9. So there's 9 used, okay, that are together, and everything else is not together, right? This is 9 areas over here, but I didn't use them as a double area, right? I should have checked that out. Here's 2 area here, it's a split area, because here to create this is, I'm going to just show you that there's 9, sorry, I think I did this wrong. Let me see this. 2, 2, 2 areas, 2, 2, 2 areas, 2, 2, 2 areas, yeah, and 2, 2, 2 areas, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. So there was a 9 area here, and then there's 3, 6, 9, 6, 6, 6, 3, 3, 6, 6, 6, 3, 3, 3, 6, 12, 18, 21, 24. So it'll be 27, 9, and 27 is the connection. The house of bait is number 27. So the basic The basic of this is the 1 dot, the 8 void. The mathematics that go along with it, and then the movement of the number. 1 moves by 1, 8 moves by 8. 8, 64, 8 and 8 is 16, 24, 32. Stop me whenever you want. If you stop me over here, right, it's 6 times 8 is 48. 4 and 8 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 7 by 8 is 56. 5 and 6, 11. 1 and 1 is 1. 2, 4, 6, and here's all the math that goes along, where you have math that goes along with it. It's 8 and 9. It is 14 and 9. It's 18 and 9, and it's 20 and 9. Where do I get this? 1 times 8, 1 plus 8. 2 times 7, 2 plus 7. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. 5 times 4, 5 plus 4. So this is IT. This is RI. This is NI, in. And this is HI. High, in, I, or it. So that's what we get. Now we come down to the next row over here. It's the same thing with 2 and 7. So here we have 7 and 8, and that's going to be a combination because 1 and 2 comes together. So 7, 8 comes together. Now, if we're going to do the 1 and 2 as A and B, right? I think I have it over here. Right? I didn't finish with the pull, right? I didn't finish with the pull and the letters we can create by understanding where the pockets are and whether we should think that's what the 6 is inside the pull game, because the darts, the center is in the center. 25 and 50 and 25 is 75, the electric moon, because that's the value of it, the electric moon. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so in 1 dot and 8 void is 6 dot and 3 void. So if I have the 1 dot and 8 void with the 5 dot and the 4 void, the reverse of this would be the 6 dot with the 3 void with the 2 dot and the 7 void. So 3 and 7 comes together over here. It just so happens that 15 is, or 51 is Mars, 62 is the Queen, 62 is the Queen, and it just so happens when you take these dice cube and you flip them over for 2 and 6, you have 5 and 1. Whoop. You have 6 and 2 and 5 and 1. 6 and 2, 5 and 1. And that's, so now we have the 1 dot, 8 void, 6 dot, 3 void. That's 7, that's 11. Now you have the 1 dot with the 8 void and the 5 dot with the 4 void gives me my 1, 5, 6 to my 2, 6. So now what we're going to do is if I add up 1 over to 5, it equals to 15. Also, at the same time, if I have this 1 dot up, okay, and 6 down, that's going to equal to 15. If I have the 2 dot up and the 6 down, okay, that's going to equal to let me see this. That's going to equal to, hold on a second, 2 up, 6. Okay, wait a second. When the 1 is up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals to 15. 2 through 6 equals to 20. Okay, now let me do it this way. When the 1 is up, it equals to 15. When the 6 is up, it equals to 20. When the 2 is up, it equals to just give me to 16. When the 5 is up, it equals to hold on a second, 19. 16 and 19. So these are, see, 35 and 35, 7 and 7, and here's a cube. So this one over here is going to tell you about darts, because the darts is 20. And this one over here is going to tell you about the pool. Now, at the same time, it's going to be 2 and 6, going to be talking about the queen. And at the same time, just give me a second, the year 2015, which is 5775 Hebrew time. Yeah, I don't know what you saw, what you didn't see. What did you see? What did you not see? I don't know. Wow. I'm just trying to see what you saw. Did you see how 1 through 5 equals 15, 2 through 6 added equals to 20. 1 up means there's 15 up. That'll be 6 down. When the 6 is up, there'll be 20 up and 1 down. When the 2 is up on this cube or on Rubik's cube, you're going to have this scenario. I'm not talking the voided spaces, because if I was talking the voided spaces, okay, if I was talking about the voided spaces, just give me 1 second. I'm just looking at something here. Yeah, just give me one. I'm going to get something to drink. Okay, it's working again. Hold on a second. Please proceed. What really is all of this? What is the theory of everything? Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm trying to fix something on my computer at the same time. Okay. Okay. What is the theory of everything? It's basically everything in a ball, whatever you can think of, finding out what's more in everything and then connecting it to everything that exists. So if you want to talk about the seconds in a day, the size of the sun, the word love, why we can't, or why pigs are forbidden to eat. I'm just trying to think why pigs are forbidden to eat. I'm just trying to think of something here. Just give me a second. The number of the pig is 32. The number of the ram is 32. The single digit calculation of the pig is 977 to a small count, where P is 16, 1 and 6 is 7, I is 9, and G is 7. 977, 77 is power. 77 is Christ. What you can make mathematically with the 7 and 7 or 977 is going to connect you to other words. The Mayan calendar, how we can connect it to our time, how the gearing system works, how the gearing system works, connected to everything that exists. Where else am I going to go? I'm thinking. Just give me a second here. I have to correct something on my page. Okay. So that's basically the theory of everything. Calculating words. What is the question? If you can come out here and ask me the direct question. Like, I don't know. Let's take words. I have to create an equation in the word. If the word is no, so what I'll do to the word is I'll write it down, and I know it's the 14th and the 15th letter. And just like A and B is the first of its kind, the last of its kind in the first half of the alphabet. Let me show you. It's easier if I show you. So if I would go A and B, I would use the word, let's say, no. One of the things I can do is the reverse of N is M, and the reverse of O is L. This is the 15th letter. This is the 12th letter. Mathematically, when I multiply it and add it, it'll equal 6 and 5, 11. This will equal to 1 and 2, 5. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2, 5. I know the K letter and the E letter come together. I know 11 is 1 and 1 is 2. So if I put 2 and 5 together, the 25th letter, it says key. So LO becomes the key. In this situation, it doesn't mean anything. I just put it on the side. I let it sit. I also know that 25 is the word jack. I know that 52 is the word earth. I know it's also the word heart. I know mathematically 2 times 5, 2 plus 5 is going to equal 10, and 7 equals to 17Q. I know that 10 is a mirror. A, B, C, D is one of the ways to make 10. Another way to make 10 is A and I, and B and H. And I already know it when you get to B and H. A and I is 1 and 9. B and H is 2 and 8. 3 and G, C and G is 3 and 7. I know D and F is 4 and 6. I also know it's Zion, Israel, creation of the gateway and the cycle of the birth of AI. Here's the cycle of the moon, 2 and 8. It's also replaced by T and H. A is not alone. A plays a role inside of I. When you go A, B, C, it equals to 6. When you go B, C, D, it equals to 9. And that's your rotation of 33. 3 times 3, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. So let's do that again. 3 times 3, 9. 3 plus 3, 6. So now I got a percentage sign, and through 6 and 9 and 33, I created the 8 and the percentage sign. So now I like to give a little bit of art form to it and see what it does. See what it can do in art form. That's what it does in basic art form. Now, if you take a look at it, it's got how many lines? In order to create the above and below, right, all I need is 6 lines. I don't need 8 lines. So right away, I'm going to say Jack. The reason I say Jack is Jack has got 6 eyes. So the next one I'm going to move on to, okay, is to connect this area with this area. So I connect it. So I went 6 is your hexagon. 8 is your octagon. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to what is your 8 and 6. And the odds and payouts of that is you place 6 chips down, you get 7. It just so happens that Earth numeric value is 52, 5 and 2 is 7, and Mars numeric value is 5 and 1 is 6. In the spirit of 76, I already know that 666 or FOX as the 6th letter, the 15th letter, and the 24th letter equaling to 45 is the invert cube to what is 8, 8, 8. To what is 6, 15, and 24 is 3 and 5, 8 is 6 and 2, 8 to what is 3 and 3, 6 and 4 and 4. Mass, space. Division of night and day, 16 and 8 in rotation of the sun. Why is it division? 8 and 16 equals to 24. 3 8s is 24. 2 here, 1 here. I know that on this, I know the ring gets 2 of the 8s, and I know the pole only gets 1 because this thing works in thirds. So that's what it tells me to do. Okay. He has much. Let me see what this says here. Okay. I'm trying to see where I am with this next piece. Let me read. He has as much of what it's about in the description of it's basically 20 years of pieces, I believe, heading to, okay, right. I don't really have a link. What I do have, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and I don't mind if people correct my mistakes. okay, that when I was creating posts, right, I created maybe a couple of hundred posts and little stories in every single video that I do. I'm just trying to see, here it is. No, that's not what I wanted to put. No, that's not what I was doing. I don't know why they do that to me sometimes. I don't know if this will work. This is the link to the page where I put on a lot of stories. Like I said, there might be some mistakes. If there's something sounds a little off, just don't hesitate to ask. I've been on this for 20 years, and it's not that I started it on my own, because I really don't like to say this because it doesn't make any sense. But I had a vision. What do you want to call it? And I don't want to give it any special name. I just had a vision. 20 years ago. It was the fifth day of the week in the month of May, the 5th month. It was at 9 at night, and 9 is reverse 5 on the cube. And I was 41, so 4 and 1 is 5. And I was, every single day after the vision, I thought I was nuts. I couldn't slow down. I was accumulating a lot of information. I didn't know what it was. And I was told in the vision, just write it down and forget about it. Just write it down and forget about it. If you find it interesting, you'll continue. Anyways, over 20 years, I wrote it down and continued until the last 3 years, and where everything started to make sense. So let me just finish. Right, where 6 becomes 8. When you get 8, you get the queen. When you get 6, you get the jack. And when you get 7, you get the king. And the reason for that is the king has 7 eyes, the queen has 8 eyes, and the jack in the deck of cards has 6 eyes. And note that 2, 3, 4, or 4, 3, 2 Hertz vibration, or hertz, right, is also 3 days times 1440 minutes equals to 4,320 minutes. But it's not the D part of the cycle. The D part of the cycle is 1440 equals 5760. And you know what's ironic? This is the year 2000, when everything turns over to the new side. Let me just see this over here. Hold on a second. Okay, let me just keep looking at this. Right. So that's when the cube turns over to the other side. This is our division between 3 and 4. The moon is 2,160 kilometers. It's 3,476. 3,476. Well, if we go ahead, right, and we go right over here into the roulette, right? If you go right into the roulette, what you're going to see in the roulette is right here where it says orphelin. I always saw it as orphans. I take it for the value that I hear it. I don't know who's speaking. So I take it for the value that I hear it right over here. So the total here is 1776. Total is 57. The total here, and it's 57, it's 3 letters. It's 3 areas. So 3 areas times 19 equals to 57. 3 times 57 equals to 171. And that's your first half of the alphabet. The first 18 numbers equals to your gate. 171, right? I'm not sure if you can see this. Let me see. Where is it? 171 is 8 and 7, 7 and 8. or 8 and 7 and 7 and 8. So it'll be 8, 5, it'll be 8, 5, 8, or it'll be 7, 8, 8, 7, which will be 7, 7, 7. Why? 7 plus 8 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. 7 plus 8 is 15. Whoop, let me get that right. I'll take this off for now. Just to note that this is 5775. Remember that. That's from the game of roulette. 5775. Okay. So once we get this done, okay, once we get this done, where are we? 3476. You take out the calculator. Between 1 and 5, the average is 3. Between 2 and 4, 1 and 5. So these numbers come together. These numbers will shoot out at you, and I don't like the light that's above me right now. Let me do this light. Okay. When you have between here and here, 3 and 5 and 2 and 6. So we have the 1, 2, 4, 5 coming together. We have the 5, 6, 2, 3 coming together. We have the 5 in the center over here. That's that 5 over here. In between this is going to be a 3. In between this is going to be a 4. Now we have 9, 8, 6. Let me do it this way. Now we have 8, 9, 6 coming with the 5 in the center. And then we have the 7, 8, 4 coming with the 5 in the center. Right? We have that all with the 5 in the center. So in between here and here, between 9 and 5 is 7. And between over here, between these two numbers and these two numbers, it's 6. So it creates 3476, the same numeric value as the kilometers on the moon. The 432 comes together. Also to note that there's a mathematical equation going on over here. Zion, Israel, it fits with Jack. The queen is the gateway to creation. It is actually, when it's advanced, it becomes the woman and not the man when it gets advanced to the next level. Remember that on any birthday, when you have a birthday, tell me you have a birthday. Tell yourself your age. Tell yourself your age. Now tell yourself your age the right way. I am 60 plus I am 8. I am 60 and 8 days old. That's my age. When the year ends in 2023, you will say, we have just ended 2023 years. When you celebrate 2024, when you celebrate 2023, you will say, thank you very much. I have ended 2023 years. And when you celebrate 2024, you won't be celebrating the year you're going into. You will be celebrating the year that just ended. The calendar is 2023 plus the days you are in. It is now 2023, and it is October 12th. It is the 10th month, the 12th day of the year that ended 2023. We're adding on 10 more months and 12 days to that period of time. Just trying to, okay. So are we up to date? Let me see. I did that. Here's where the cube is in the center of the 6-point star. You can see the way the 6 in between points where they go to. Here is a rotation of 7 areas and 13 areas. 7 by 13 is 91. It's also adding up 1 to 13, like the 13 cards in the deck of cards. Here is where 1 alpha begins its descent, mixing up until it gets to the bottom of your soul. Although we have 9 numbers, I only connect 6 of 9 numbers, 147 with 258, 147 with 369, and 963 with 285, each one creating the right angle, the left angle, and one is perpendicular straight up and down. It was just funny that in here, if you take a look at my mouse, okay, it shows number 52 or the television set right in this corner here. All these pylons over here represent Pluto. For me, they all represent Pluto. You can hear almost a fleur-de-lis. Pluto is the 9th planet. Pluto, the color of Pluto, Pluto the dog, is orange. Harley Davidson, 8 and 4, the numeric value for Pluto. Here, number 42 is the dividing gate, 51 of Mars, 84 of Pluto, 135. Now, what is 135? Well, 13.5 divides the alphabet up. 13.5 divides the alphabet. M13, N14, 13.5 divides the alphabet. A is 1, 3 is C, E is 5, 13.5. Matter and energy. The orange ball and pool. The orange ball and pool that divides the alphabet up is made up of yellow and red. Yellow gets number 92 and red gets 27. So when you have yellow and red for orange, you get 27 and 92. Note 911 in order to get orange 60. So from 119, which is the total, minus 60 equals to 59. Now, if I add the 60 back on, I only get to 29. 6 and 5, 11. 1 and 1 is 2, counted to the individual area. That is the birth in the IT system. The orange ball and pool is the 13 ball and the 5 ball. It'll say A, C, and E. It just so happens that the S, the U, and the N are also the first, the third, and the fifth letter when counting to a single digit. We're all related. Breathe. You're breathing the same air I'm breathing. What is air? What is air? Have you ever put your hand out the window and felt something on you? Now, I didn't get to the subject yet of what bricks are all about or how to put squares inside area space and understand that. I want to see what I did. I'm not very happy that I can't find my other book, because in my other book, just give me a second. I don't know where the book is. I don't know where it is. But anyways, wow, I really like to find it. Because in my other book that I was doing yesterday, I was talking about carbon and hydrogen and how all these words numerically, what they say numerically, all these words. Just give me 1 second. I have to find my other book. Just take 2 seconds to go to the bathroom or something. I need to do something over here for a second. Okay. I want to find that book. Just give me a second. Maybe it's in the car. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to run to the car. Give me a second. I'm going to put on the hot water. I'm running to the car. I want to see if that book is in the car. Just give me a second. And I don't want to lose my place. So if you have to go to the bathroom or something, just give me a second. Okay, I'm coming back. Just give me a minute. I couldn't find my other book, but hold on. I have to find something. I'm looking for something. Okay, there's no book here. My tea is here. My water is boiling. Okay, I don't know where my other book is. I am not very happy about that. Anyways, I'll find it. Okay. It's somewhere, but there's all kinds of realities going on. This is the roulette table. How perfect the numbers have been put into their position. I'm not going to get into that right now. Here's a piece from the Mayans, 25,920, or 3 times 8,640 creation, which means in every single day there's 86,400 seconds. Times 3 equals to the number to the Mayan count. But remember, it's 1 part, it's 3 parts, it's 4 parts. The way this system works is it's multiply it by 3 and then add it up to a single digit, whether it's an individual number or not. That's the way the system seems to work. It's always worked like that for me. That's so I can put things into formation. You see the way we have base formation is here. Now we have to move the 2 together to give it a 2D and a 3D look. Some of the rules we follow are these rules right here. The periodic table. They give you numbers and letters. Who are we? Who are we? Well, if this is a game that I play, and in the game, when I speak, you can just refer this to yourself. You created the game, and you're everybody. You have to be everybody, because when you're creating the game, you're everybody. And at the same time, you're the central conscience for everybody, because you have to make all the corrections for everything that exists in the game, that one day when you and you battle each other, it's you and you, but somebody else, okay, is using your conscience against your conscience. It's you against you all the time. So if I was the good Lord, creator of the game, I would make all of me, and everybody here would be me. And I would make an opposite of me, and I would always want to have, we always want to have a good time, a good vibration. So we have to understand what me is all about, how the hydroelectric works in who we are. That's who we are. We are who we are. So the good Lord created a game, central consciousness. It was all of one, but had to be careful, because if I got in my way, I can destroy myself. 1.8 void, 2.7 void, 3.4 etc., etc. And then every single one of these tells a story. 60 and 58, which is the word 2 and 4 coming together. That's your division of the gateway. 8 and 6, the spirit is 76, Mars and Earth. We get a total of 118, but we add it to a single digit. 6 and 5, right? It equals to 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 5 and 8 is 13. 5 times 8 is 40, and 13 is 53. I think I have some kind of, oh no, I didn't do it that way. I just added them together. 118, but 6 and 5 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. And then 8, you have 2 and 8, you have time, Evan. Then over here, what did I do? 118, 52. I'm just trying to see what I did in this picture over here. Did I make a mistake or something? 5 times 8 is 40. 5 plus 8 is 13 is 53. Why do I have 52? Why do I have 52 and 118? I added number 6 to it, because 52 is for number 6. But whatever it is, Okay, this over here comes out to 2 and 8. B and H, or T and H, time heaven. T and H begins on 4th. After 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, after gold, silver, and bronze, there's 9. In order to create the flag, okay, of 99 area spaces, which are 6 by 5 or 9 by 11, to create that partial rectangular square of the 6 and 5 stars on the flag. You want to count all the way up to Gematria 7. You do not see 2, 4, or 6. It's because they connect. The 1 and 3 connected with 2, the 3 and 5 connected with 4, and the 66 connects 55 to 7, 8, and 9. Right over here. Those 2 blue spots, right? And the halfway area that you see in between the window where H and I comes in. Well, that's the 8th position where 6 and 6 come to formation. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. And the splitting of the 5 is in your 9 birth, 7, 9, 11, 13. Do you understand what's going on in this picture? 1, 3, 5, 7. 6 connects 7 and 5 and 7 and 5. So 57, 75, you're connecting that moon birth. In between the 2 here is 9, and it's not for me only, but every single game that I do tells the truth of its own story, whether it's possible. Well, 3 and 2 is 5. 5 and 4 is 9. To where 1 whoop, that's not 1. To where 1 and 4 is 5. To where 6 and 3 is 9. Did you know that 3, 6, 4, 5 are the only ones that are duplicated on the dice? The 1 is with the 8. The 2 is with the 7. So we have the 3 with the 6. We have the 5 with the 4, the 6 with the 3, and the 4 with the 5. 3, 6, 4, 5. Do you want to know what's ironic about that? Three, 6, 4, 5. 7 times 7 equals to 49. 7 plus 7 equals to 14, and 49 equals to 63. I'm not really sure where the 45 comes from, other than adding up 1 through 9 equals to 45. 1, 2, 3 equals to 6F. 4, 5, 6 equals to 15, the letter O. 21 is the cube. OF. 7, 8, 9 equals to 24, the letter X. You now have Fox. 45. The reverse of 6, which is 33 within its own, because of 44 is within its own. That the 15 is with the 62, and that the 24 is with the 53, or 35. All telling that story about dividing and putting together Earth and Mars. You also have to use this word, the pen. You ever see the 15 pen? You ever see the 15 pen? 15 represent Mars. Or how about the Vegan tunnel? The numeric value, and then the numeric value, and it's a reverse alphabet. The reverse alphabet is L is O, of O is L, and V is E, and E is V. ALEPH. You want to say it the other way, velo, or the bicycle. Or if you want to say it this way, where L and E goes in between, 1, 2, 5, well, it just so happens that yo, the 25th letter Y, and the 15th letter for O, where 5 and 2 come together is Earth, and 5 and 1 come together as Mars in their creation. So what happens to 1 and 2? 1 and 2 is your creation. 1 inside of 2. When you create the 2 hearts, we're going to create 2 hearts. Just 1 second. two hearts. Here's one heart over here, right? Let's do that heart. I get too excited and I smash them all down. Now we're going to do another heart, right? We're going to do the heart over here. Right here. There's the other heart. So we did two hearts. And here's the other heart. Now, if I welded this together, right, we have 1, 2, 3 empty spaces. I've got 3 empty spaces on here. So that means when I have 9, I have 6 full and 3 empty. So that at any one time, right, at any one time, the whole game changes. What if I move them closer together? What if I move them closer together? Right? What if I overlap them, right? How would I overlap this? I'm going to have to move it up, right? So the way to overlap this, right? I did this one comes down here. Now this one goes up here. And let me see. I did this one. I started here. I came up. Did I make that the right side? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2. I don't think I made this the right size. Oh, yes, 1 area, 2 areas, 3 areas. Okay, I made them sizes of 4. Made them sizes of 4. So let me see. When I move this one over, and I moved it up. Yes, that's what it does. So what happens is when I move it up, it's now going to be here. It's going to be filling in the center, and it's going to be filling in on this side. But it will not be touching this one here. And then the top one will not be touching this one here when we overlap the two. Okay, so let me see where we are next with this. Yeah, so you saw how it goes together, and again, it creates 99 inside this, and it creates 711. But when it creates 711, it creates it through 3 and 4 and 6 and 5. The 6 is opposite of the 1, and the 4 is opposite of 5, giving us another equation. Or the 5 is opposite of the 2. Sorry, we're keeping the 4 in this formation. Where's But when you see it like this, right? When you see it like this, I'm not sure if anybody forgot that we already talked about it over here, but it's just the other way around. Just comes the other way around. 19 AI, 91 the spirit, the Q gate. 2, 5, and 8 will create 8, 8, 8, and 8. 2 and 2 will create 8. 2 and 5 will create 8. 2 and 8 will create 8. 5 and 5. 2 and 2. 2 and 5 and 2 and 8. So there's 3 of them. Then I get 5 and 5 is the 4th one. 5 and 8 is the next one. 8 and 8 is the last one. So how many 8s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 8s equaling to 48. Where do I get this? 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. Equals to 4, equals to 4, equals to 8. 2 times 5, 2 plus 5, equals to 10, equals to 7. 7 and 1 equals to 8. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5, equals to 25, equals to 10, equals to 35, equals to 8. 5 times 8, 5 plus 8, equals to 40, equals to 13, equals to 53, equals to 8. 8 times 8 equals to 64. 8 plus 8 equals to 16. 64, 6 and 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 6 and 1 is 7. 7 and 1 is 8. All 8s. And this one here, and let me see, this one here, this one is going to create space. This one also means the word 2. It also is matrix. This one over here, is going to create it. This one's going to create area space division of night and day because of the mathematics. This is how our 8s work. Where do our 6s come from? We have a mixture of the 6s. They come from a little bit all over the place. But we're going to end the video now. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Let me see what we're missing here. Let me go back. Wow, I didn't know I missed so many areas. Give me 1 second here. Okay, I'm just trying to look things over. Where am I reading? Okay, the process looks. I assume you've been working on this for a long time. Then I said a few things that was quick and weird. Stop and go, laugh out loud. But I have to ask, what do all these patterns lead to? Is there an ultimate answer within? Yes, there is. It's the continuation of the story, and what the story you tell to yourself as being the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth according to the game. All the games that we play, and that's the truth. So if that works for you, that's good. If you believe that it works other places, and it does, all the math works out. So is it not telling you a story that this planet is absolutely perfect for everything that we've ever made, that it's able to calculable from one area to the next, telling a continuous story-based creation? Moon children, the electric moon children. No, not related. So are you still with us, AJ? What is the meaning of all? I'm only scratching the surface. I just have to know what is the ultimate answer that the math leads to. Anyways, I think we've made contact. So yes, that's the main thing, that we contact each other and we prove the truth of its truth, that what it is, and it exists because it does, and it's made perfect, and we live by that rule. And that rule is whatever it is that comes out of here. How about this? I don't want to do it too much. There's other people in the building. I've been blowing the shofar for 47 years. Time of man. Why time of man? Because 13, the bar mitzvah, you become man. 47 years later, I'm still doing it. 47 is the numeric value for Jesus time energy. Take care there, madam or sir, of who you are, you are. Okay, so we're going to end the video. Thank you very much for being here. We'll speak again. Any questions you have, the answers are in the games, in the creation of everything we've ever created, because we need machines. So the machines had to have coordinate area space in order to build the element. And every machine was different for the way it was being built besides that. So there's always an answer for something. My mother always says, you always have to say something. Yes, because I don't know it all. And I'm assuming nobody else knows it all, but I like to assume that others know more than me. And you know, and I know, and they know, and we learn, and they learn. And now we're all learning, and we're all knowing something, and everything's connecting together, because I know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know. And I'm not going to deny something, and I won't let anybody else deny something for me and tell me something is not possible unless I accept it myself for not being possible. Thank you, Tammy. If you got any, oh my God, if I split my fingers, look what happens. I got a new equation. I got 1, I got 5, I got 6, I got 15, I've got 16. I've got 1, I've got 20. So I have 20, and I have 7, and I have 2, and I have 4, I have 14, and I have 17, and I have 9 and 19, because that's the finger that is. And on this side, I got the same thing. It all depends where this finger goes. That's going to change everything, because this finger is the creation of the heavens, the C and the H. This is also 13. So what finalizes in woman is boy, boy and woman. It's also number 18, so it's the spirit of heavens. Unlike that, these guys are telling a different story, the pinky and the thumb. Now, what are these telling you? These are telling you all the same story. In the center, you have both 3. You have 13, you have 8, and you have 18. Over here, you have 4, 9, 2, 7, 12, 14, 19, 17, 7. Did I say that? That's what you have here. That's the story. And so now, if you're saying peace and you're using the center finger, you're using that finger of 3, 8, 13, and 18 with what is 2, 4, 12, 14, 19, and 7, and 17. That's the story. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video. Oh, the stream. I thought I ended the stream.